Hi, my name is Luis Martinez, and this is The Reign of Shame. How many of us have had an experience where we have been scolded or felt ashamed of something? How many of us have felt guilt? Most of everyone listening to this has, at some point in their lives, felt some form of shame. With this being said, it is safe to say that shame does hold value, because in some way, positive or negative, it has impacted us all. But is it simple as that? Not at all. Shame has been used throughout history. It has been used as a means to correct negative behaviors and is a fundamental tactic in society. The problem with shame is, as described by the document Mining the Rich Vein of Shame, it is powerful and also wildly imprecise. Is it effective? Sure. Nobody's taking that away from it. What happens when it is wrong, but just as effective? The Crucible is a play that is representative of the Salem witch trials, a time in which a series of persecutions and accusations of people using witchcraft took place. These persecutions bring about false accusations, which are stated in the play to cause more than 70 hangings, all because the accused refuse to lie and say that they are witches. This is where integrity comes into play. We see a man named Mr. Proctor, filled with regret, because after all, lying would save his life, but it would go against his whole existence and his reputation that he has built. He is ashamed of what he has to do, and this very shame is held with the sword of pride by the end, because he'd rather die than spoil his name. Now we have to ask, how much do we value integrity as a society? It is obvious to the victims of these trials that most will very well value their integrity more than life itself, because after all, it is better to die with dignity than continue living with shame. This is not a past problem that we have surpassed, because in modern times we see our problem just as critical. As described by the article, Does American Culture Shame Too Much or Not Enough? The efforts can hound victims out of their jobs, force them to relocate, and even drive some to suicide. They even go on to quote Benjamin Rush: Shame is universally acknowledged to be worse punishment than death. This is what is at stake when battling with the question whether shame has value, and does its value in correcting lives outweigh its ability to take lives? Who gets to decide? Value correlates with the usefulness of something, tying in with how effective that thing can be. Is shaming the most effective way to correct behavior we deem incorrect? If it isn't, then what is? The answer is quite simple. It is grace, or to be more precise, forgiveness. In the words of Laura J. Ross, forgiveness offers an escape for so many negative emotions, such as anger, revenge, and hatred. In this way, we promote growth within the person, rather than try to ruin the individual. By beginning to understand the reasons the person made the decisions we are trying to correct, we are no longer in a confrontational stance, but in a genuine want for a conversation, and a genuine want for the individual to change, instead of selfishly wanting revenge or attempting to gain something from ruining someone else's life. We should focus on not necessarily looking at someone's mistakes as grounds to debate on who is right and who is wrong, but instead look at it as an opportunity to let the other person grow out of the mentality which made them make that mistake. There is, without a doubt, value in shame, but this value is, in its nature, both destructive and negative. On the other hand, forgiveness offers rehabilitation and an opportunity to change. It facilitates growth with no true devastation. If we begin to condition society into having grace instead of hatred, we can start to end the cycles of hatred that past generations produced. We will begin to end the reign of shame. Thank you for listening.